If the population continues to increase at its current rate, we will not be able to maintain or raise a global standard of living without risking the destruction of the environment.
It took hundreds of thousands of years for the world's population to hit 1 billion. In comparison, it only took 123 more years to reach 2 billion, and merely 33 years to reach 3 billion. Currently, the world's population increases by 1 billion people every 13 years. Every second, an average of 4.2 people are born and 1.8 people die. That's an overall gain of 2.4 people per second. Okay, ma'am, what is your name?
Betsy Kirkpatrick.
Okay. Do you think we'll be able to sustain ourselves in the future if the world continues to grow as fast as it is?
Al Gore says no. He's done a lot of research. You should see the movie. I don't think so.
Josh.
Okay, Josh. What is your, do you think we'll be able to sustain ourselves in the future if our world continues to grow as fast as it is?
No. Zombies are going to take over. They're going to kill us all.
Okay, thank you. Do you think we'll be able to sustain ourselves in the future if the world continues to grow as fast as it is?
We'll find ways. I think we'll find ways to figure it out.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, ma'am, what is your name?
Tina?
Okay. Do you think we'll be able to sustain ourselves in the future if the world continues to grow as fast as it is?
I do.
Okay. What is your name?
Jordan?
Okay, Jordan, do you think we'll be able to sustain ourselves in the future if the world continues to grow as fast as it is?
Maybe.
Okay, thank you very much.
The problems with climate change will only grow worse as the population increases. The higher the population, the greater the demand for oil, gas, coal, and other fuels that create greenhouse gases that harm our environment.
In an article in Yale University's Environment 360, Jonathan Foley, director of the Institute of the Environment, University of Minnesota, argues that the global community now faces a crisis in land use and agriculture that could undermine the health, security, and sustainability of our civilization. While climate change has received enormous attention, human population growth and the corresponding rising global demand for meat, dairy products, as well as the need for bioenergy from corn, sugarcane, and other sources should be equal cause for concern. Already, we have cleared or converted more than 36% of the Earth's ice-free land surface for agriculture, whether for croplands, pastures, or rangelands. In fact, the area used for agriculture is nearly 60 times larger than the area of all the world's cities and suburbs. Since the last ice age, nothing has been more disruptive to the planet's ecosystem than agriculture.
Population growth and distribution have always been linked to the availability of fresh water and the sustainability of renewable water resources. The demand for water has grown significantly over the past 50 years because of population growth. Approximate management of the world's water resources is essential for meeting the demands of a growing population and for expanding water uses. At the same time, we must also prevent the further degradation of our water sources and clean up polluted waters. A significant number of the world's population lack access to an adequate supply of safe water for daily use. In less developed countries, more than one half of the population is without access to safe water, and water shortages and polluted waters lead to food insecurities and major health problems among the world's poor.
The growing population puts pressure on lands, but also on water systems. Across the globe, we already use 4,000 cubic kilometers of water per year, withdrawn from our streams, rivers, lakes, and aquifers. Of this, 70% is used for irrigation, the single biggest use of water by far on the globe. As a result, many large rivers have greatly reduced flows and some routinely dry up. And the extraction of water from deep underground reserves is almost universally unsustainable and has resulted in rapidly declining water tables in many regions of the world. Future water demands from increasing population and agricultural consumption will likely climb between 4,500 and 6,200 cubic kilometers per year.
California reservoir ran dry overnight, killed thousands of fish, and it's leaving residents now looking for answers. It is not a good sign, of course, as the state's major lakes and reservoirs continue to drop. Good evening, I'm Sam Shane.
Current agricultural practices because of rapid population growth creates heavy pollution. Agriculture, particularly the use of industrial fertilizers and other chemicals, has fundamentally upset the chemistry of the entire planet. Already, the use of fertilizers has more than doubled the flows of nitrogen and phosphorus compounds in the environment, resulting in widespread water pollution and the massive degradation of lakes and rivers. Another form of pollution results from current agricultural and land use practices. CO2 emissions. Current practices, including clearing forests for agricultural land, contribute 30% of the currently unsustainable CO2 emission level.
Better education, both general and reproductive, and higher primary school completion rates have the proven effect of empowering citizens while limiting birth rates. Conversely, poor education and lower primary school completion rates take, for instance, the 40% of adult African women who have no education, compared to 20% in Asia and 10% in Latin America and the Caribbean, tend to lead to higher fertility rates. One big drawback of developing countries is that they are limited of highly centric medical facilities. Because of the high rural-urban divide in developing countries, availability of good hospitals and doctors is limited to urban centers, thus resulting in high infant mortality rate in rural areas. Rural people, in order to ensure that at least some of their kids survive, give birth to more and more kids, thus contributing to the population growth. If provided with optimum medical facilities, population rate will almost certainly decline. Also, we need to eradicate gender bias from law, economic opportunity, health, and culture. Women who can own, inherit, and manage property, divorce, obtain credit, and participate in civic and political affairs on equal terms with men are more likely to postpone childbearing and to have fewer children compared to women who are deprived of these rights. The U.S. should continue to treat the population boom as a national security issue. Like climate change and food insecurity, rapid, uncontrolled population growth can be a security threat in as much as it adds to the climate of instability. We can't have a secure planet if populations are going out of control.